Good morning and welcome to our 9th video on music with code using Strudel. This video is entitled Sequential, not Consecutive. It is how to play music one after each other, not all at the same time. This is where we ended last video when we had two chords written in 3 different ways. So this is normal piano notation. This is MIDI notation counting up from the key on the far left hand side, and this is the same, but it really shows the interval between the notes. You then have an offset which you add to the interval. So offset here is 48. 48 and 3 is 51, and that equals that there. 53 and 7 gives you the 60 here. So really, here you're recording the interval and the offset, which is shown as add, which you add to that. And the advantage of doing it this way is that you can easily alter this. But what is not easy is isolating lines so that you can actually just hear the difference. You have to comment out lines. And you can change this back to 48. It doesn't have to be a factor of 12. That's just what we're showing here. So that solves one problem, but you're still left with another problem, is that you can only play music all at the same time, concurrently. Okay, you can't play line 2 after line 1, and you can't play line 3 last of all. They play all at the same time. It's concurrent. What I'm going to show you today is a way of playing bits of music, playing these chords consecutively, one after each other, rather than concurrently at the same time. So have a look at this. I'll explain what we got. So these are, well, certainly those last 3 lines. These last 3 lines are copies of what we have up here. Okay, the first chord here, 037, 48, 51, 55, C, E, G. The first number is how many times you want to play it. This row here, so each of these just get played once. Each of these lines just gets played once. That's the chords we had above. This line here merely points out that D sharp is the same as E flat. And because there's no comma there, it'll play the notes individually. Here are chord notes going up and then coming down. And that one's got the D sharp, that's got the E flat, just to show that they are exactly the same thing. Okay, so why does it play it sequentially? And to prove it does, I'll show you. Okay, so this now becomes a list. This is just a name, and you can call that what you like. You can call it mylist, and call it, long as the name is the same here. If you're doing a large piece of music, you might have 4 or 5 or several of these lists, so you might want to number the lists or give them a meaningful name, like beginning list, middle list, end list, chorus list. But that is just a name. So this is an assignation. Let the name mylist equal the following arrangement. Arrange is a keyword. You can't mess about with that. Then open brackets. And then you put your pieces of music in square brackets. The last one doesn't have to have a comma in it. Like with these chord structures here, that one has a comma, that one has a comma. The last one does not have to have a comma. And in actual fact, if you do put a comma there, it won't play. Okay, you have that. The last one doesn't need a comma and you can't put a comma in. The same applies to this. The last one doesn't have to have a comma. But if you put one in, it doesn't mind. That needs to be remembered if you're copy and pasting lines. You might change the order of things. And the last one, if you don't put a comma in, if you don't put a comma in and you move this line from the last line to the third line, you've got to remember to put the comma in. This catches you out. It's blindingly obvious, but it will catch you out when you're concentrating on your composition and not on the syntax of the code. Okay, so that will work. And we can make some improvements to it. Okay, the next thing to introduce is the tilde mark, Tilde, and it is like a sideways S. Oh, if you're very lucky, you'll find it on your keyboard. Lots of people don't. If it's on your keyboard, it's top left below the escape key. Brief response here from Google about define where is the tilde key. Define the tilde key or the tilde operator is often a shift plus key in mathematical operator. Use Alt 864. I just tried using Alt 864 and it doesn't work for me either. It's not on my keyboard. Alt 8764 doesn't work. If it does work in Notepad or something or Word, it possibly won't work in the browser anyway. So if you can't recreate the tilde or you can't find the tilde, just copy and paste it from somewhere. Just copy and paste it. Okay. But once you got it there once, you can just copy and paste it. So what does the tilde do? What the tilde does is put a pause in. So when it hits the tilde, it'll just pause a beat and it breaks up the music. That should work. Let's move that out of the way. It should work. Okay. It just breaks it up. Now, you can still comment out lines that you don't want to play. So that should play. And you can hear that the two notes are the same. D sharp is the same as C flat. If you want it to play more than once, you can do. Right, let's put this back. So this can get quite involved if you have different, because you can put a whole bunch of chords here and have them playing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You could have a whole chorus or a whole verse mapped out in this manner. prove to you that it does. There you have it. It gets away from this structure where you play everything all at once. And you can still edit it and still have lots of fun. And you can create a whole song, the whole verse and the chorus out of rows in this fashion. So that's it for today. Next video will be about timing. I will paste this code in the description. There's no chevrons in it, so it should work straight out of the box. But everything there I will paste into the description. Okay, see you next video.